Here we go, y'all. We be back with another episode. It's your boy Young Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Culturally Organic. We got my boy ELM Josae. That's how I say it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we got my boy ELM Josae in the building today for this episode. We just gonna be talking about his story, how he came up, you know what I'm saying, what he planned to do, what he see out of this music thing, you know what I'm saying, his aspirations, his goals, his inspiration. We gonna talk about it all today. It's culture, you know what I'm saying? Pleasure to have you, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure to have you, for sure.
I see it, yeah.
For sure. I see you doing your thing. I see you dropping a bunch of songs, bunch of singles, bunch of videos. I actually, funny thing is, I'm gonna tell you, I'll keep it real. I met him when I was first coming to set up the studio, the set for this podcast. KJ was finishing a video for him, and I kind of liked the song, so we had exchanged snaps, whatever it was, socials, whatever at the time, and I just kept it in mind, and now we here. But whatever, that's just how I got in tune with him personally. Like, I didn't know nothing about you until that day, and then from that day, me tuning in, I fuck with the music, I fuck with what you had going on, so that's why I brought you here. You know what I'm saying, to speak your story and how you got to the point that you at. You know what I mean? Like, so first I'm gonna ask you, like, where you from?
I'm from Queens. I'm from Elmhurst, Queens.
Okay. So you was born and raised, you lived there your whole life?
Born and raised in Elmhurst, Queens. I was born and raised there my whole life. Feel me?
Moms and pops?
Yep.
Mom and pops?
Nah, it was actually my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
He came from South Korea. He immigrated to Elmhurst, Queens.
Fire.
And he been on the same block, like he got a picture and everything of him by like a diner right by my block.
Mm-hmm.
From like the 90s or 80s or some shit. So yeah, ever since then,
Your mom's was born here.
My mom's came here.
Came here with him, type
yeah,
shit.
exactly. My mom's met my pops in Korea, South Korea, yeah. And they developed a relationship over
so
there.
Wait. So your grandfather came over here without your mom? Your mom was still in Korea?
They
all came kind of together?
Yeah, they all kind of came together. Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Exactly.
Alright, so you was raised with moms and pops?
Yeah, exactly. My mom's and pops, yeah.
Oh, alright. So how was your upbringing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you was the only child, you had siblings?
Yeah, I got one brother and I got one sister.
You the oldest, youngest?
Nah, I'm the middle child.
Okay, I'm the middle too.
Yeah,
I feel like middle child think a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel like we always do some other shit that nobody else did, kinda.
Yeah, shit like that.
Word. So, alright, so you the middle child growing up in Elmhurst, Queens, right? So, how was it in school for you? Like, it was easy, like you was easy making friends. In school in general, elementary, middle school, growing up.
Yeah, growing up, I was always a little shy. I was a shy kid. Yeah.
No word.
Yeah, I was a shy kid. I ain't really talk to too many people.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't, like going in my studies either. I was just shy.
Staying to yourself.
Yeah, just staying to myself. I had like, you know what it was actually? It was, I had a certain group of people, friends, I would talk to comfortably. But that's when I got to know them comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't like them, I wasn't really talking to anyone else. Yeah, I was just that's this type of shyness.
You basically fuck with who you fuck with.
Yeah, exactly. And if I only know you, I was then I
still like that to this day.
Nah, you know what it is. I opened up a little bit,
Right.
But at the same time, it's like I fuck with who I fuck with, and that's gonna be that. I'm not looking for no new friends or if we ever gonna develop a relationship.
So you being shy, right? What made you say I'm gonna be a rapper? Like, you know what I mean? Because I would think like on some real shit, like shy shit. I would say like, okay.
I love music.
Okay. So the music,
the love of hip hop
so
just overcame that shit.
When did you grow that love for music? Like,
My whole life.
What age would you say though? Like
since I could start typing, cause
since you could understand the words type shit.
No. I've been speaking English my whole life.
Nah, not like that. I'm saying like, you know, like if I'm 4, I can't really understand what's going on. I don't know the words. I'm saying when I'm 6 or I'm 7, when I'm 6 or I'm 7, I'm like, go shorty, it's your birthday, we gon' party like it's your birthday, we gon' shit, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying shit I ain't supposed to be saying at 7, like, cause I know what they saying now. I'm saying, so like, that's when you started fucking with music, or it was like, you just always fuck with the rhythm from young?
I fucked the rhythm from young, and when I started, you know, being able to understand English and, you know, just understand these songs that, because I had growing up, a lot of my songs that I would listen to would be from my brother. Because my brother would be you know, he would be the one who put me on shit. Because I would just be following my brother.
Your older brother?
Yeah, my older brother at the time. You know, whatever he listened to, I'm listening to. But, you know, he listened to whatever hot at the moment. So it was like, you know, all the old pop songs, you know, growing up and shit like that. Yeah, it was, you know, all the hits and shit like that. So yeah, it was just, he was putting me onto this shit, and then I would listen to it. I would go on YouTube.
Look at
and when I started being able to learn how to use the internet, because you're growing up, I'm 21 right now. Growing up with the internet, you know, that shit was still hot, like all the YouTube and shit like that. So when I started learning how to use the internet, go on YouTube myself, when I got when I had the chance to use a computer, because I didn't really have a computer at home.
Basically, when you had access to search the internet and shit, that's when you started to like grab your own type of music that you fuck with type.
Yeah, exactly. And then I started asking my mother, yo, buy me the iPod shit, cause I know she wasn't gonna buy me a phone, cause you know, just she didn't have the money for it, or she wasn't gonna give me a phone at that age, you know, shit like that. So I told her, yo, can you buy me that little, you know, the iPod shit? So she got me that. And I was downloading music off, you know, just.
I remember the iPad time.
Yeah, YouTube.
It was wavy when the iPads when they got cameras and shit. The iPads was wavy, then you could fake FaceTime on them shits like.
But how old are you?
But by the time I'm 20, I'm 27. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit older than you, so internet came in a little bit. I remember times when niggas used to AOL, signing the AOL. Shit was crazy. Like I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna say I seen some crazy old shit, but I remember like. I played Nintendo 64, put it that way. You know what I mean? Like, I know niggas probably ain't playing Nintendo 64. But it is what it is. But nah, so basically growing up, you was shy, you said, right? But you said your love for music. You said you was shy when you was a kid, right? Yeah. But your love for music was always there, right? Yeah. So alright, so you talking about shy pie. I'm guessing middle school, elementary school vibe. When you got to high school, what high school you went to?
I went to Brooklyn Technical High School.
Okay. Alright. And that's in BK, I'm guessing, because Brooklyn Technical High School. What part of Brooklyn?
It was right by Fort Greene Park.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Downtown Brooklyn. By Barclays.
So what, like, in high school when did you start rapping? Like,
I started rapping like really just writing down like bars and shit like that.
No, I'm saying like what age?
Or what age?
Yeah, you got like I'm asking like what age you started rapping?
I don't even remember, just when I was, I guess like 8th grade, freshman year, so whatever.
Oh, so you started rapping kind of like young?
Yeah, so whatever age that.
So you like 5 years in kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of. So how long you been taking this serious? Because I remember like I used to rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm fully done, but right now I'm focusing on this. I'm gonna get everybody exposure to everybody thing. But so it's like it's a difference between when you started to rap and when you started to take it serious. So when you started to take it serious?
Really started taking it serious 2021 when I dropped my first song with one of my mans. And yeah, that's.
So like 2 years. So like 2 years. You like the last 2 years you've been going hard with.
Last 2 years, yeah, got like 5 songs out right now.
Okay, so 5 songs in the last 2 years. Yeah. And they all got videos?
Yeah, exactly.
I see you dropping your videos. I see you doing numbers.
Every single I drop gonna have a video too. Yeah.
The gram doing numbers. I see you definitely,
like that,
you definitely doing your thing. I definitely give you that for sure. Basically, you started rapping when you was 15 in so kind of high school a little bit. So was you ever like, when you was in high school, you ever was the rapping kid, or you was still like, you wasn't ready yet? Like kind of rap outside with everybody type of vibe?
Nah, you know, the homies knew I was rapping and shit like that. People on the block knew my family didn't know I was rapping. But
how they feel about that? How does your family feel about that?
Yeah, they like that shit.
Oh, they fuck with it now?
They like that shit.
From the rip, they fuck with it? Or like at first it was tough and then
they support me. Yeah. They like, yo, do your shit.
I ain't gonna lie, families, we need that support, because all the time it's not like that. Sometimes it's like they try to shut you down before they try to help you grow. You feel me? So that's definitely a vibe.
You know, they do have their little moments, like, you know, like, oh, what's the end goal type shit, you know, like.
And that's a question for later on. We'll definitely get into that for sure.
You know, the regular shit,
Yeah, because that is important though. You can't get mad at them for acting that. That's them care. They love you. They care about you. They want to see you succeed. At the end of the day, whatever it is, you feel me? Like you got your vision. They just want to see you succeed. You feel me?
They grew up different. Personally
that's another thing too. Real shit.
Yeah. Personally speaking, my pops and my mom, they grew up in Korea, but you know, I feel like they did what they had to do, and they came over here, so they lived, you know, that both part of their lives was in Korea, and then they immigrated here to America, and they had to come up. My pops and mother, they owned a bodega that I always used to chill at when I was younger. Had like a bodega cat. We had 2 kids, like one mixed and one all black.
Oh, so your family had bodegas growing up?
Yeah, but the thing about it was like a little. It was in the hood type shit, and in Long Island.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of money in the hood.
Exactly. We was
spending the most money in the hood. There's a lot of showing.
We built a good relationship with the community. Facts. And it was like it wasn't no like bougie ass bodega that you be seeing on like in Williamsburg and shit like that. It was just like, you know, just some like, you know, in the corner type shit.
So how you feel like
shit got shut down later, but
how you feel being like a Korean man in America?
How do I feel?
Like, cause I'll give you my answer of being a black man in America. How I feel. So like, I feel like sometimes the odds are set against us, but I feel like also sometimes it's a lot of ignorance, a lot of excuses. So like, I don't really, the way I live, I don't grant excuses. You feel me? I don't really live by excuses, and you know, and I also understand what's going on. So I feel like educating yourself is the biggest thing. So that's why I'm even asking you this in general, because I feel like a lot of people talk about what they talk about, but they don't even know what's going on with their people, and they don't do the research to figure out like where they came from and the history of all that. And I ain't even gonna go into all of that, but I'm just gonna feel like I feel good. My answer as a black man in America right now, I feel good. You feel me? I feel like sky's the limit. I feel like it's on me to make excuses for myself. You feel me? I feel like there is. I'm not gonna act like it ain't certain odds set against me. Like it ain't racist people in this world. But I'm just letting you know it's black billionaires. You know what I'm trying to say? It's several. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's a lot of black millionaires. Like it's not that much black billionaires, but it's a lot of black millionaires. So I feel good. So like I'm saying, and I'm sure there's rich. Asians, there's a bunch of it's probably billionaire Asian people. You know what I'm trying to say? So, how do you feel as a Korean man in America, bro?
As a Korean, I really don't know. It's just like, cause growing up, you know, people like, what do you mean by that question? Like,
I mean, like, pretty much like, how do you feel like society looks at you? Like, how do you feel you fit into society? Like, how do you feel when you walk out the crib? Like, you feel good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, give me your perspective, because I'm not Korean. So I'm asking you, feel me, for the viewers. I don't know how much Korean guests I have. So, like, anybody from a different ethnicity but part of the culture, because this is the way I see it, right? I'm going to talk some real shit right now, right? We all call minorities, right? So that puts us all together. Whether everybody see it or not, put us all together. So that's why I just asked this question. And that's why that's what this whole culture thing is about. And it's not like a whole racial, political thing. It's just about like, I feel like a lot of the shit that we do is part of the world, and we don't always monetize righteously off of things that we affect the world with. You get what I'm trying to say? Like a bunch of things, but we're not even gonna get into that. But that's what I'm saying. Though.
Okay.
So how would you explain? Like, you know what I mean?
For me, personally speaking, as a Korean American, I mean, I didn't, you know, I wasn't never few times I've been discriminated against, you know. Matter of fact, my whole life, to be honest, because growing up, you know, I grew up in the hood type shit, around like a whole different, it was a mix, because in Queens it's different, from where I'm from it's different.
Fact.
Yeah, you gonna have like, from my block where I grew up, it's like a whole row of apartment buildings and shit like that, right? So you gonna have like the Indians, like, you know, the brown Indians over there.
I always say New York is a melting pot.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But you gonna have the Indians over there, and then you gonna have the Southeast Asians over here, you know, the darker Asians. Like I'm an Eastern Asian. I'm from Eastern Asia. And then you gonna have the African American people over there. And then there wasn't no white people on the block. They're just all Southeast Asian.
All minorities.
All minorities and shit like that. So, you know, for me, they didn't, you know, look at me any different. It was just, you and I, we all the same, but we just, you know, we just look different a little bit. Yeah, you know, growing up, you know, they gonna crack a few jokes and shit like that, you know, like, oh, like, you know, the typical Asian jokes, shit like that, you know, like you eat dog and shit like that, like, and shit like that, chinky eyes, you know, but like, you know, something I ain't never heard, something I ain't never heard.
How you respond to that shit? You ever force somebody over shit like that?
Hell yeah. If it's like a random, we gotta shake.
We
gotta shake for sure. For sure, we gotta shake. That's a must.
I kind of got to a better space with this shit, but it's like certain shit still at this age, it's gotta go down.
But yeah, definitely, I definitely agree with that. When I was younger, if anyone was talking about like my race or my eyes and shit like that, yo, we gotta get it on, shit like that. But now I'm like, you know, whatever. You know, I got shit to lose now. Like I can't just, you know.
Nah, fact.
I just shit like that.
Alright, so I just wanted to get a touch on that a little bit. Basically, so with the music and shit, like, when did you drop your first track? Like,
I dropped my first track on October 2021. It wasn't really my first song, but I'm gonna say it like this. It was my first, you know, my first track, my first music out there. But I was a feature on one of my other man's songs. Shout out to
Before
Tenzin.
That?
Yeah, okay. Shout out to Tenzin. He from Brooklyn.
Shout out Tenzin.
Yeah, he from Brooklyn. He's a Crip Asian too.
Are you Crip?
Nah, I'm not Crip, But he's a Crip Asian, so I got on that song with him. You know, it was crazy how we met, so that's a whole story in itself too. But we gonna talk about that too if we got to. But yeah,
talk about it.
So I met him through another person, Gang Buddha.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like an Instagram comedian. But
Gang Buddha is an Instagram comedian?
Yeah, he's like an Asian Instagram comedian. But it's funny how I met him too, because it was on some coincidental shit. Like, he approached me out of nowhere while I was chilling in the city, and he said what's up to me, and he recognized me. He's like, oh, yo, you out? Because at the time, I had like a little following on Instagram.
Before you start rapping?
A little bit type shit, you know, just
niggas just like
like
short,
shit like that.
Niggas watching face shorty like in the picture.
Shit like that. So he recognized me, and I was hinting at dropping music. So he was like, "Yo, what's up?" And we locked in ever since that day. And then we went to the studio a couple of times. We dropped a couple songs together, but that shit got deleted type shit.
Wow.
I just didn't wanna.
You didn't wanna put that out?
Yeah, I just didn't wanna put that out.
So when I got deleted, that's when you started your own shit?
Nah, it was not. Wait, what you mean? What you say?
After that got deleted,
yeah,
that's when you started to make your own music?
Yeah, nah, I've been had music before that.
You just dropped something that you had recorded?
Yeah, exactly. I had like a lot of songs in my files and shit like that.
So what was your first studio experience like? When the first time you went to the studio?
The first time I went to the studio, oh, that was crazy. I went with all my mans. Yeah, that shit was crazy because I was like, yo, I'm rapping today.
How old was you?
I was, damn, I was like 8, man, like 18.
No,
Not even 18, 19.
How much it was mad at y'all mobbed out to the studio?
Yeah, we went to the
Niggas
studio.
is hyping you up.
Shit like that. Yeah.
You went in there and went crazy?
Went to the studio, went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We was popping bottles, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
My first song, see what's crazy is I was dropping a lot of songs. I actually, matter of fact, I had a couple songs that I dropped, but I kept deleting them. Cause I was like, nah, I ain't really fuck with it, but you know, I still was dropping them shits because I wanted people to hear. So the one song that I had out, I recorded with my other man's, his name is Miffy. I dropped it with him. That's the song that's the first time I went to the studio with him, and he was with me that day. And got lit. We went and recorded that.
And that's the song that you ended up dropping as your first song?
But then I eventually deleted that shit too.
You deleted your first song too?
Yeah.
So that's why you only got 5 songs, like you deleted a couple songs?
Okay. So technically my first song is OD.
As you got better, you was like, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Cause I was putting that shit on SoundCloud too. Like I didn't really fuck with the Apple. Yeah, but now I got my shit on Spotify, all streaming platforms. But yeah, back to the
Once you dropped that, you already had traction, like you said before, the music. Yeah. So you dropped that. I know that shit probably fake boosted your shit a little bit on Instagram.
Which ones?
Like after dropping your first song, and you dropped the video with it too.
Nah. I didn't have no bet for that at that time. I was just dropping it.
So you dropped the song on SoundCloud. That helped your grand traction, or what did that do for you, like as an artist? Like it was likes on SoundCloud.
It just put me out there as an artist. Like me and my stand, like yo, I'm an artist. I'm rapping now. Like yo, that's me. That's what I'm doing right now.
And the gang was
cause because before that people knew me for different reasons.
What they know you for?
Just being, hustling, shit like that,
getting money.
Getting money, shit like that. That's what people knew me for. And then I switched it up like, yo, I'm rapping that. So it's like, it was easy because like the people who I was,
so that's a question right there, right? Look, so you getting money, you to get money, nigga, right?
Yeah.
Once you switch it up, I'm about to rap. Everybody was just like, hey. Alright, so that's...
They was like, cause
sometimes it ain't always like that, bro. I'm not saying but sometimes niggas be like, bro, rapping, but we get money, bro. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, sometimes it's not always a positive influence on, bro, let's get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked that question.
I had like friends. I'm blessed to have like, my mans who support me with this shit, you feel me?
Nah, I feel
tell me to keep going with this shit. They don't even, bring me down with this shit.
I feel that.
Cause it's
So after you dropped your first joint, right? How long, like when you dropped your second joint after that, like how long took you to follow up, and what was it, and how you felt after that? You felt good, like I'm about to start dropping on, you know what I'm saying? Say that.
So before you want to know the second song?
No, I'm saying like after you dropped your first song, right? You got traction, right? You picked up, you said you was getting, you know what I'm saying, you getting likes, it's picking up, you established yourself as an artist, now everybody respecting you, oh my son rapping now. Alright, cool. So what was your next one after that? Like with your second song, you was like, alright, I'm about to drop
just keep going.
No, I'm saying, so how long it took you to drop your second song?
How long it took
you dropped it right after, or like you just like spaced it out? You let that first one wave out a little bit and then
I spaced it out because what it was, my first song is that song that I did with the feature with my mans. That did his thing. That wasn't really my shit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even drop on my YouTube channel, shit like that. So when I actually did my first song, OD, that's what it's called, OD. I dropped that shit. It was like my first solo video. That shit got to like 115K video views in like, let's say like the first month of that shit. Like the first week of that shit just went crazy. And it's crazy how there's like a whole story behind that shit too. So
talk about it.
Yeah. So before that, when that shit blew up, shit too, that really just, you know, that really just motivated me to just keep going. Like, yo, you know, just kept dropping videos. I dropped my next one after that shit too.
Wait, so you said you did record a video for your first song, or it was that was the video for your second song that did 100K?
Nah, the first video.
You did a video for your first song.
Yeah.
Alright, so it did 100K. So then you did the second song.
Yeah.
And you dropped the video for the second song too?
Yeah.
And how the second song do the video?
The second song, that shit went. It did. I'm not sure what that's.
100K is crazy.
Yeah, cause
I know that shit.
And it's crazy.
Like,
that was
what?
a diss track too.
Oh.
It wasn't really a diss track. A few of my mans jacking. It was a diss track. And
so
shit
question,
like
look, this is a great question. This is a great question. Great question, right?
Yeah.
So with this culture shit, right? Like you feel like
that's the whole reason why I dropped that
shit. Like you feel like that's a quick way to get lit. Like you just beef with niggas on the track, and then you just.
That's what people like. They like the conflict.
So you jacking that?
If you mean I'm jacking that, like
in a sense of like you
do. For me, nah.
No.
If that's what y'all doing, go ahead. Like do your thing. Like I'm not hating on it. Like I could never be a hater. Like do what you gotta do what you gotta do. But for me, like, you know, I'm good. Like I don't. But it just so happened to be because the events that transpired before the song before I recorded that song, it actually helped me make that song. And I feel like, cause, you know, that shit was just a moment, so I felt like, you know, that shit just what blew me up, that type shit, cause of what something happened in real life, some real life shit, and then I made a song to that. But you know, I don't put my beef out there like, you know, what you see nowadays on social media, like, you know, yeah, that's what I'm saying, but that's what they be doing. That's what they be doing.
No, that is what's going on. That's why I asked you that question. That's why this.
I just make the music, how I felt about that moment,
and this is gonna be a perfect clip.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? So we're gonna ask them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why we asked them. Listen, is this a good idea? You just gonna diss niggas to get on, like, and what next? Like, when you get on, is the beef gonna go away?
Nah, that shit never go away.
I don't know. That's just shit I be thinking about. For me, like, when I rap, my shit was about, like, I mean, to each his own. Like, I'm not judging niggas. Niggas can do whatever they want. Niggas is all grown men. Niggas is all tough. Everybody do whatever they want. Everybody gangster, right?
That's just not me.
Right? I just knew when I rap, it was on some bar shit. I wanted to be the best nigga that could spit. Like, I want to talk to niggas. Like, I don't want to just talk about some negative shit. And I'm not saying everything is negative, because I get it. I mean, but it is what it is. But I ain't gonna even lie. I'm gonna keep it tall. I like the drill scene. I fuck with a lot of the music. I'm gonna keep it tall. Feel me? So that's kind of a contradiction, but whatever. But alright, so we gonna get back to you. Like, so you dropped the second song, you dropped the second video. You have 5 songs now in total. How do you feel like where do you feel like you at right now in your career, and where do you wanna go?
Right now, well, let me tell you about the second song. Not the second song, but a couple songs after that actually got me signed to a management deal type shit. Shout out to Vibe from Cultivated Agency.
That's your manager, right?
Yeah, exactly. Vibe Rondon.
Shout out Vibe.
From Brooklyn. So what I did, I had a song called Still Tippin' Freestyle. It's crazy how that whole song came about too. My mans, he sent me that beat out of nowhere one day. Told me, yo, rap on it. It was, it's that, I forget.
It's that Paul Wall shit, right?
Paul Wall, exactly. Yeah, Still Tippin' sample, exactly, shit like that. So he sent me that beat. You know, I did what I did. Went to the studio. The next day, I called Kalo Visions. Shout out to Kalo. He pulled up. We shot that shit. Yeah, we shot that shit. It was crazy because when I was trying to shoot the video, right? I originally planned this. So before all my videos, I'm trying to, like, I don't really, you know, I want to think of, you know, I'm trying to go somewhere with my videos. So what it was, I had a performance set up for that day. On the same day that I told the video director to pull up to Kalo, right? So I told him pull up that day. and we went to the performance. I was with all my mans and shit like that. It was a performance in the city in Harlem and shit like that. But when we got there, man, and the security at the
it was like a showcase, or
yeah, it was like a whole showcase with artists and shit like that. I forgot what artist that was supposed to be there, but some big name type shit.
Okay.
But yeah, but when I got there, they told me, yo, you came late type shit, which I did. I did came up, but I came like a little late, you know. But I guess they was on, you know, they was on thick about it, so they ain't let us in type shit. So I'm like, dang, I was supposed to, like, you know, I was supposed to fucking shoot this video with them, like shoot the video at the performance. But then shout out Kalo, he said like, yo, we got a spot and we got a spot at a strip club in New Jersey. He didn't tell me it was a strip club. He just told me like, yo, we got a spot in New Jersey. Come, we gonna shoot it over there. So you know, I was like, you know, I bet we out there. You know, this shit was a dub. I tried to get it in. You feel me? Cause I was tapped in with the promoter who was in charge of that whole show. I had him on phone and shit like that. I was talking with him, and he's like, yo, the venue is packed. There's too many people here. They about to call the fire department and shit like that.
Right. Shut
that whole shit down. So I was like, man, I'm not even trying to like argue with shit like that. So I'm just trying to, you know, shoot the video. I was there to shoot the video. So we was in the spot. We woke in the spot. It's just imagine, it's me and it was like three other my Asian my best mans at the time. It was the whole room was full of black people. Was, you know, all the strippers was black, and it was crazy. I'm like thinking like, how we about to shoot a video here? Like, you know the manager here, and he's like, yeah, bro, you good? Don't worry and shit like that. So I like, I bet I'm about to wild out.
So basically, we got like the Still Tipping video was a movie. You feel me? Y'all niggas shot the video. It was crazy.
We in the spot, right? And then Kalo telling me, yo, you about to perform in front of all these people, bro. Tee up, you know, do your thing, show out. Shooting the music video, all that shit. The spot before that shit was burnt out. We in the spot here. We ain't going nowhere else. There's no other type of scenery besides
this
here.
Is it.
You feel me? This
is
it.
You had one take?
One take, cause you know what it was. I had the spot.
That's like in the NBA, the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left.
I'm telling you,
gotta make it happen right now, or the game is over. Like it ain't no more extra time. Talk to me.
And you know what it was? I had the performance. I was supposed to go to performance at 9 p.m. right? But that shit got burnt out.
You was in sync when they dropped the track? I gotta know. Like, or you fucked up from the rip. Like, when they dropped the track, you was in game mode, and when they dropped it, you was
I was on T that whole day.
Okay. So you was on, so as soon as they dropped it, you
when I woke up that whole day, when I woke up that, bro, I was, bro. But yeah. So we in the spot and shit like that. And it's crazy, cause we came that, the whole time it took, cause we was deep in New Jersey. The whole time it came, it took to go over that spot. The club was already closing. The strip club was already closing. So you know how, you know, when they about to close that shit, they turn on the lights and shit like that, right? When I went on the stage, when I finally went on the stage, cause they had artists before me that was going to perform. So they had all these artists perform and shit like that, you know, everybody was cooling, nobody was, you know, turning up and shit like that. Everybody was drinking, smoking hoop and shit like that.
Right.
And then I was the last one to go on, right? And they had the lights on and shit like that. Yo, we about to we about to go home and shit like that. Everybody, you know, last call, shit like that. And then, they play my song. First they play OD. They play
the other songs.
Yeah, one of my other songs that I already had out at the time. And they was jacking that shit. They was jacking with that shit too. And they went crazy. And then I had the Still Tipping come on, and they was jacking that too. They was going crazy, you know. I had like a video of it on my Instagram. Like, you know, tap into that. Yeah, I had a video of it on my Instagram. Man, it was just. They were showing me love, yeah.
So alright, so I get it. Basically, that video was lit. It was it was in a strip club. It got you a deal. Let's talk about that.
after I dropped that video, I dropped it on Raps and Hustles. It's a YouTube channel that be promoting other artists. And
Platform,
yeah, you could put your video on that shit too. So I got my video on that shit too. That shit did like a couple, I think like 50K views or some shit like that. And I had posted a snippet on it on my Instagram, and when I posted that snippet, I had a couple people hit me up on my DMs, like on the request and shit like that. So I go to my request, and one of them was from a dude named Vak on IG. It was like Vak Around Done. So I click it, and he's like, yo, he was like, yo, what's up, King? How you doing? He didn't really, tell me what's up. He was just like, yo, I need to get on the phone with you type shit. So he called me through, I seen him, he called me through on the Instagram call shit. So I was like, oh, man, I guess,
so you had like FaceTime through IG type shit.
So I texted him like, I got his number, and then hit him up, and he's like, yo, I just saw the video that you just released. I'm Vak, my name is Vak. I own an agency called Cultivated Agency. He's like the VP at, like not the
Capital, right?
Yeah, at Capital.
A&R,
Republic, not Republic, Atlantic. I don't even know, shit like that. But yeah, he hit me up, and ever since then the first time he told me after that he actually told me pull up to a studio session type shit. For like 4 hours, he just wanted to see me record.
That was the first time you met him?
Yeah, at a studio session. I came with all my mans and shit like that. That was a good day. Yeah, it was like it was some nice ass studio in the city type shit, and like by 5th Ave or some shit like that. Yeah.
So how was it when you met him? He was cool and shit?
He was cool. It was like he introduced me to himself. He introduced me to another one of the people who he worked with. Shout out Cribs, MTV Cribs on Instagram. He from around here too. Yeah, he introduced me to him. I've been working with him closely lately.
That's what's up.
And yeah, he introduced me to them. He told me to record. Yo, he had some beats that he had with the engineer. I chose a couple beats, recorded like 4 songs. After that, he was fucking with it. He liked the songs and shit like that. He didn't really tell me nothing, but he just said, yo, just check your phone in like just check your phone and shit like that. A couple weeks and we'll hit you up or whatever. He hit me up like the week after, and then he sent me like a contract, like an e-contract and shit like that, signed that shit. Yeah, and ever since then, I'm rocking with them. Shout out them.
That's
showing
what's
love
up,
for
bro.
real.
That's what's up, bro. Congrats, bro. That's what's up, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I felt like that was a real big step.
So what you feel like you want to get out of this? Like out of music in general? Like what's your end
For
goal?
me, it's whatever God gonna bring. Cause I'm real big on God. Cause I feel like whatever I'ma say, whatever my moves, I'ma say I'ma make. I don't know if it's gonna be true. I could make my plans about this and that, but God going.
I know plan for you.
Yeah, you feel me? So whatever he doing, I'm on. You feel me? So whatever that may be, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, shit like that.
So you heavy in the God? Like,
yeah, for sure, cause that's how my mother raised me. She brought me to church every Sunday. My mother, she's a real she's a Christian and shit like that.
So basically you put your faith in the God as far as like your future in this. You just, you know what I'm saying? You work hard and you putting in the pain, and you just whatever come out of it type of shit. I fuck with it. Fuck with it. So what's next for you?
Next for me is just keep on dropping music, keep working, whatever.
You got a song that you about to drop?
Yeah,
next,
I got mad songs.
What song you think about you about to drop next time? Because right now this might drop around the same time.
Yeah, I got you.
It's good. You can throw that right there for the promo.
I don't got. I don't got a specific song, but I got some shit coming out. I got a couple music videos in the vault too.
Okay.
Yeah, just more music videos, shit like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it definitely was a pleasure chopping it up with you today, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I know the people gonna love this interview. Go chop it. My fault. Excuse me. Go tap into his music. ELM Josae. You feel me? Before we get out of here, though, I got 5 culture questions for you, bro.
Okay.
I ask every guest this. You feel me? So we gonna get right into it. The first culture question, right? You know, see, like I told her probably guess the same thing I said. You know, recently, LeBron.
Okay, yeah.
You see what he did. You see what he did. I think he went to the top or something. I don't know.
So you asking me?
I don't know. If they paying attention to the culture, then they know what's up, right?
Okay.
But so who's your GOAT in basketball?
Basketball.
LeBron, Kobe, or MJ?
For me, Kobe. I feel like.
And that's funny because you're saying, look, he right behind you. Look, Mamba, look. Okay,
man,
okay.
RPG.
That one was easy. That one was easy. It's harder for some. You know what I'm saying? It's harder for some. All right. Next question. Growing up, what was your favorite show? You rather watch Martin or you rather watch Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince.
You gonna go Fresh Prince?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see you got the J's on today, but you going with Jordans or you going with Yeezys? A whole closet full of J's or a whole closet full of Yeezys?
Jordans.
Okay. Okay. All right. So for food, you gonna go with Spanish food, Caribbean food, soul food, Chinese food, or Thai food?
I would go Caribbean.
Caribbean?
Yeah.
Okay. And the last culture question is Xbox or PlayStation?
P5, yeah.
Okay. So that's it for today, man. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, for sure.
You definitely gonna stay tapped in. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to Josae, you know what I'm saying? It's a great interview, man. We out here coaching.